Hello, in this video I'll be sharing with you a requested video on how to cut this simple jacket or waistcoat. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. To start, here is my pattern paper, and first we're going to mark out the button allowance. So for this dress, for the button allowance, go ahead and make use of 1.5 to 2 inches because you're going to turn this with your lining. So I'll just go ahead and mark this all the way to the lower part, and after that I'll just go ahead and draw a straight line connecting those lines and use my marker to mark it out. The next step you want to take is to mark all your basic measurement, which includes your shoulder to bust point, shoulder to waistline. So my shoulder to bust is 9 inches, shoulder to waistline is 17 inches. Go ahead to repeat this and mark it at the other side of the pattern, and you're going to go ahead to draw out a straight line on those points. So for the length of the dress I'm making is 24 inches plus extra half inch. So go ahead and use any measurement of your choice. Mine is actually 7 inches after my waistline plus half inch that is serving for my zipper allowance. So now you want to mark your shoulder divided by 2. After I'm done making my point at my shoulder, because my shoulder is 14 divided by 2, I have 7, I went down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Now I'm going to connect this all the way from that side to the shoulder point. Next, I'll be marking out a basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches. So for this jacket also, you can use 3 by 2.5 inches. That is the depth of the neckline. You can use 2.5 because the neckline is also half, or you can just go in with your basic measurement. Next is to find your chest line, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. Mine is 7 inches, and I will draw a line at that point. So after marking this, whatever I have on the shoulder, which is 7 inches, I will make a mark at that point. And from here, I'm going to place my ruler and I'm going to connect, drawing out a straight line. I'll go ahead to divide my armhole into 2 and mark. Now I'll just go down by the chest line and I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Go ahead to connect from the armhole to the half inch and to the upper part of the pattern. So sorry, my pattern is not really visible at this point. So the next thing you want to do right now is to go ahead to insert your body measurements. And before doing that, sorry, I'll go ahead and use my marker to outline my pattern. So this is what I have, and I'll go in with my measurements. All my measurements will start immediately after the button allowance. Here I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4. My bust is 33 divided by 4. I have 8.3. So this pattern you can use 1.5 to 2 inches for your sewing allowance. Now here I'll mark my waist circumference and then add the same sewing allowance. Here I'll mark my hip circumference divided by 4 and add my sewing allowance. I'm going to go ahead to connect this all the way from the waist to the bust from that point, and I will connect it to the lower part of my pattern this way. So this is what I have at this side, and I'll go ahead to use my marker to outline this to make it more visible for you to see. So now I'm just going to leave that part, the lower part of the dress, straight because that is what we have at the thumbnail. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and I'll be using this pattern to cut out the back pattern of this dress. To cut out the back pattern, you're going to get the front pattern and you're going to fold in the button allowance in front, and then you're going to place it on another
After
pattern
placing it,
paper.
I'll just go ahead to pin this down to make it easier for me to cut out.
After that, I'll just go ahead and trace what I have on this pattern. So at this point, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and you can also
follow me on my other YouTube channel, which is Maki's Closet. So now I'll go ahead and I will come down by 1 inch for the neckline of the back, and I'll now trace out the rest of my pattern.
I'm happy that say everything I do is for my woman. Anything I thought where you talk, I go do. Me, I know they see another girl for my visuals.
So after I was done cutting out, this is the final look of the jacket or waistcoat. This is the front and this is the back. And with that, we have come to the end of today's tutorial.